So welcome everybody to this edition of Let's Talk About Life. And I am Smriti Shivdasani. For those who don't know me, I am an Access Consciousness certified facilitator and I facilitate various other kinds of workshops, light key systems, and lots of one-on-one programs, mentoring coaching sessions. Basically, I love facilitating change for people who love choosing change. So Let's Talk About Life is a series of conversations that came out of all the work that I do. And, uh, and I do this mostly month after month. And we talk about topics that are relevant for people, topics that I come across in my one-on-one sessions with people. And I see that, hey, you know what? This is something that a lot of people are talking about, or this is something that a lot of people want some information about. And I bring that topic into Let's Talk About Life. So Let's Talk About Life isn't only about, one thing. It's about anything that you would like to talk about, which affects your life. So today we are here to talk about why should we have targets? Why should we set targets? So the floor is open to anybody who may have some thoughts on it or some questions about it, and then I can take it off from there. So would anybody like to speak? How many people have targets? Do you have targets in life?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have targets for just certain areas of your life or all the areas in your life?
Certain areas.
Okay. And the areas for which you don't have targets, why do you not have targets for those areas?
Is it because we get so consumed focusing on one that we can't give time to the other?
So somewhere do we assume that we will not be able to give time to all?
Is it because something can be dominant sometimes, that's why we can't give it time? Or we don't give it time? Not we can't, but we don't give it time because it's fairly dominant. For example, relationships. If you're not in a relationship, then that remains dormant, whereas then you can focus on the other targets like your career targets. And then, I don't know, sometimes one just goes way behind then. How do you kind of like match it all up?
Okay. And sometimes, and what are the reason? Come on, for those who, consumes time and energy is what Tapas is saying. Any other reason why certain areas we don't fix targets?
Fear.
Fear, yeah, true. We don't go there. So what is the fear about?
Will I be able to reach that? Am I going to ignore the other things that are important and go there? Uncertainty.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones. What Natasha said and what you said, one is that maybe I will not be able to do justice to all. I won't have the time to pursue all. So let me just focus on one, which is more priority. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go to the next one. And then sometimes there is I'm quite afraid and I'm not too sure. So better not to set a target at all. Right? And then Tapas says it's also because sometimes you don't have the know-how, fear of failure. What will people say? Sure. And sometimes I don't believe that I'll be able to achieve it, especially relationship targets, lack of self-belief. Yeah, these are all, various reasons why we don't set targets.
Smriti, Ronak here, if I may add something.
Sure, please.
So there are of late, there's this feeling that there are certain areas of my life where I can set targets for, and there are certain aspects which I've tried setting targets in the past, but I feel that it consumes a lot of energy if that target isn't fulfilled. So there are certain aspects of life wherein now I'm like, whenever it has to happen, it will happen. So there are certain aspects where I've still keeping targets which are in my control, and certain areas which I feel that are not in my control. So I've kind of let go of those areas or setting targets for that.
Okay. So we let go. Sometimes we set targets and we let go. That's also fair enough. Okay.
I would like to add something. For
Yeah.
me, I think there was a time when I would set a lot of targets, but currently I just feel that it's very fixed. It makes me very fixated and it's very finite. So I do not, it just creates a lot of pressure. The moment somebody talks of a target, it just creates a lot of heaviness in my universe. So I do not like fixing any targets at all. So I just like to be fluid and just go with the flow and, choose as things come.
And just out of curiosity, does that work? Do you accomplish a lot?
Yeah, I do.
You accomplish
Much more
everything
than
that you would
much
like your
more
life to be?
much more than I would when I would have fixed targets, because then I would constantly go into the wrongness of not being able to achieve, always having a to-do list which kept piling on. So it has brought about a lot of ease from that space.
Oh, okay. I get that. All right.
I would
Yeah.
also like to add, Manika, here's
Yeah,
me.
Manika. Yeah, baby. tell
So,
me.
yeah, the same thing as what Devipriya and Ronak also said. Whenever I set targets, I feel very pressured and very heavy. So I like to go along with the flow because I get so many multitude of, different kind of things which come into my life. And they come like, I don't even think about them and they just show up. So if I have a target, then it becomes very difficult to, pursue everything which I want to if it has come to me as an opportunity or whatever. So I sometimes get very pressured when I have a target because I feel very finite again and I feel limited in completing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all the definitions that we have of what a target is, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So for everybody who is not familiar with what I just said, the gibberish, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, if you're not familiar with that statement, that's something that we call the clearing statement. So in access consciousness, the clearing statement is one of the prime tools of access consciousness, which is like a magic wand, which can be used to change anything that you would like to change. And it is a statement that goes beyond logic. So you don't need to know the statement or understand what it means and what those words mean for it to work. But it goes to any place, any time across lifetime dimensions and realities where we created that which is creating the limitation right now in our life. Okay. So it's very energetic, and with asking questions, we bring up the energy of wherever we created the limitation, and using the clearing statement clears that energy that is brought up when we ask the question about that limitation. Okay, so everywhere, all the definitions we have about what it means to have targets, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, because when we have a certain definition about what something is, we limit that thing itself and we limit what it can contribute to us. Okay. So if target is okay, if target is equated, like somebody said, then it's a to-do list. And then when I'm not able to complete that to-do list, then I go into wrongness of myself. And obviously when something makes you go into wrongness of you, it doesn't really do you any good. Okay, it diminishes you, it destroys you, or it makes you feel not so good about yourself. So target, to begin with, is not really a to-do list. Okay. So target is like, it's a direction that you give yourself, you give your life. Okay, that's a target. And target is never a fixed thing. Target is a movable, moving, flexible thing. Target is something that is an invitation for you to step up. It is an invitation for you to discover that there is more to you than you know right now in this moment. And where do targets come from? Targets come from our desire for life. Like, we have targets about what would I like my life to be like? It's a question that when I ask people in my sessions, in my classes, it's a question that really puts a lot of people in a tizzy. You have a general idea about what you would like your life to be like. You generally have an idea. You'd like to be happy, you'd like to be healthy, you'd like to be successful, you'd like to be rich. Okay? But if I ask you to go into a little bit of a detail, what would you like your life to really be like? It's sometimes, for many people, like suddenly there is like, and they don't know. Yeah, so there's not too much clarity. And yet, our heart, our being, by way of our dreams, our desires, shows us where we can go in life, what we are capable of, what is our potential. It shows us, provided we're willing to listen. And from there, from that inner call, from that inner knowing, that inner wish, desire, dreams, the possibilities that we perceive, come the targets. Okay? So if I have to ask you right now, what would you like your life to be like? Give me some responses. Of course, some of you have done this exercise with me in your mentoring programs. So people other than that, what would you like your life to be like?
Abundant, good
Abundant.
health, good vibes, good feeling, positivity, everything, every way abundant.
Okay. So, Manika, if I had to ask you, yeah, okay, abundant. But what would you then call, or what would the elements of life have to be for you to say that my life is abundant?
It has to be free. I have to feel light about it. I have to feel ease with everything. I don't have to feel pressure.
Okay. But
I,
when will you have that ease?
right now, the situation is such that I'm trying to get that ease. Like, suppose I do a workout, which is in my hands. So I'm in control. Like, it's in my hands. So I have that ease. There are so many ways right now I can't get out and I can't do the things which I used to do at ease. So those are limitations right now. Otherwise, most of the things which I think I can do on my own, I feel ease with them. And I don't feel limited. So I feel abundant there.
Okay.
Um,
So let's say there was no lockdown right now.
yeah.
What would have to be occurring in your life for you to say that my life is abundant?
Lots of things actually. So yeah, starting with if I look at my work side, it was like a lot of projects coming my way, successfully doing them. Considering like I have 2-3 businesses, so I was doing pretty well before the lockdown, and so all that comes back and I keep going in the path which I was. And when it comes to workouts and all, I was really enjoying my workouts and my runs and everything.
Okay, let's say there was no past. Forget about what you were doing.
Okay.
what would you like your life to be like? Say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Let's go 20 years from now.
Absolute ease, where I don't have to put pressure on myself to achieve anything or receive anything or to contribute to anybody. Where it's just, I go out and I want to contribute to something, I create that and it just happens. And I also get to receive whatever I wish to with ease, and I just
Okay.
get it. Yeah.
Okay. So to have that, what would you have to have and what would you have to be?
I'll have to believe that first, that it is possible. And I'll have to be what I want to contribute to. And I'll have to really be up to it to be able to do what I want to do.
Okay. So to be there, what would have to be in place?
To be there, what will have to be in place? I don't know. I don't know really.
This is what I'm talking about. Why is it essential to have targets? This is precisely the reason. So while you may have a very general idea that you'd like to be abundant, you'd like to be able to contribute whenever you feel like, you'd like to be able to receive, but what is that? How do you get there? How can you have that?
Right.
Unless you're very clear as to what requires to be in place for you to have that. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
And anybody have any questions, any things, any thoughts, just keep jumping in, okay? Just unmute yourself and jump in. And I would love to see more faces instead of just seeing everybody's name. So would love to have your videos on, please. It's so much more fun to be able to see y'all. Thank you. Thank you for putting your videos on. Okay? If the bandwidth is a little less, then when you need to speak, you can always put your video off to maximize your bandwidth. But it just feels so nice to have conversations looking at all of you and your beautiful faces. Thank you for putting your videos on. Wow, this is good. Now I'm feeling like I'm doing a call with people. I'm talking about life with people. Otherwise, it was just like,
Smriti,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm at work. I can't put my video on. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. Don't worry. If you have such emergencies, I completely understand.
I have
But,
a little bit of bandwidth issue. That's why I've put it off for
Cool.
some time.
but when you're not speaking, I want to see your pretty face, okay?
Done. Thank you.
Me too. Me too.
All right, people. So when I was speaking to Monica and when I asked everybody, what would you like your life to be like? Were you in a similar space as Monica, or were you far more clearer about what you require in life? Sani is like, no, I wasn't. Even Bhavisha is going like, no. Okay. Did anybody have absolutely clear picture? Now is the time when my mentoring people should be saying yes. Okay, cool. So we all would like to have a life that is abundant, a life where there is ease, there's good health, there's happiness, and all of that. And I completely get that. There's not a single one of us who doesn't want that. Okay? And yet, we have no idea what would create that. Because if we had an idea, we would be having it right now. Correct? But the fact is that we don't have it right now. And so we are asking for it. We are longing for it. We are seeking it. We are desiring it. And then to have that, I need to be very clear. What is it that needs to be in place for me to be able to say, I have an abundant life. I have that ease that I always desired. I have that happiness that I always wanted. I am happy and all of that. So this is where targets come in. So those elements that you desire, yeah, or those elements that create what you desire. That is abundant life. So what does abundant life mean? Abundant life means I have great amounts of money in my account. You know, I don't have to think. I don't get stressed. Yeah. I can do what I please. I can contribute to whatever causes I want to contribute to. I can look after my friends, my family. I can pamper them. I live a beautiful life, whatever is for you. Okay. Then I have abundance in terms of my health, my body. I'm fit. I'm healthy. I'm able to do all my activities with ease. Age is not a consideration, you know, so you're living well, you eat well, you do your movements well, everything is working out well. So all is well in the world of health. And then relationships are wonderful. I'm loved, I'm pampered, I'm cherished. I enjoy great friendships. I have a beautiful communion with my partner, with my family. There's a camaraderie. We support each other. We cherish each other. We respect each other. We treat each other with regard. We honor each other. And that is abundance in every area of your life. Okay? But to have that abundance, what are the things that are required? So let's say if I want an abundant relationships, okay? Now to have that relationship where I'm loved, I'm cherished, I'm pampered, I'm supported, people love me, and all of that, what is it that is missing right now in my life that is keeping me from having that? I have to look at that right now. Okay, so let's say I'm somebody who is, for example, now there used to be a time I was like that, so I can talk about myself right now. I will not talk about you. I'm going to talk about myself. So there was a time when I was very insecure in relationships. Okay, now my insecurity came from that place where I was, where I had felt abandoned at one point of time in my life when I was a child. And somehow that insecurity stayed with me and it would play out in all my relationships. And because I was insecure in my relationships, I would get very needy in my relationships. And because I would get very needy and very clingy in my relationships, it's not an energy anybody likes, right? So then the other person in the relationship would not, obviously it gets to the person and, it's no fun being with me and whatever. So then it's constantly, repeating itself. So I knew that one of my targets is to become needless and become insecure. Okay, now you see the role of having a target, because if I become, secure in my own self, then that will influence my relationships in a very different way. So then if I have that, I'm closer to having relationships which are healthy, which are not need-based. Okay, let's say if somebody only contacts you when they need you. Do you like it? You don't like it. So if you're in a relationship where you're only in a relationship because you're needed, it's not a great energy to be with, right? There's no joy in that relationship. So you want to be somebody who's not needy, and yet you're somebody who's so secure that you can live and you can let live. You can be in allowance of each other and not keep doubting everything the other person does. And a lot of relationships don't work out because you're suspicious, you're insecure, and all of that. That's my husband saying hi. You want to say something?
Relationship.
My husband wants to say something.
Nothing. I just dived in here because there was some talk that I heard about relationships. Hello, have fun.
Hello.
Hi, Abhi.
So that is something, that insecurity is something that actually ends up poisoning your relationships a lot. Okay.
The wrong one. Okay, guys, she doesn't let me cling on to her anymore. Huh? Just FYI.
Well,
uh, one of the reasons why I loved Harry and what I liked about him was that he was a very secure person. Okay. I didn't want to have any more relationships of insecurities where, where am I? What am I doing? Why am I wearing this? Why am I talking to that person? Oh gosh, I can't handle it. Get a life. Okay. That's not me. So, so that was something which was my ask, my target, that I would like somebody who is very secure. She is a falcon, Harry, Sindhu is saying. Sindhu is saying she's a falcon, Harry. So you get it. So then I have a target that I would like to be somebody who's secure, who's not clingy, who's not needy, where I can live and I can let live. Okay. I don't have to be on somebody's case all the time, because that's something that does not contribute to having that relationship, which is abundant and beautiful and joyous and happy. Okay. The other thing that I saw is that I can be very judgmental. I used to be very, very judgmental as a person. And when you are very judgmental as a person, that again kills relationships, right? Judgment is one of the biggest killers of good relationships. So I had to learn, literally learn, to be, non-judgmental. I had to learn the art of being in allowance of people. So that becomes one more target for me to head to in order to accomplish that overall general desire of having happy relationships. Are you now beginning to see why it is important to have some targets? These are not targets as in to-do lists, but these are targets that, if you accomplish them, will contribute to you having that life that you would really like to have. Okay? And these targets are not, I have to accomplish it in 15 days or 20 days or 30 days. Targets are movable targets always. Okay? Goals are unmovable. Goals are like jails. But targets are movable. Once you get to that target, then you can say, okay, I'm here now. Now where next? Now I reset that target. I shift it out there, or I shift it somewhere else. And I say, okay, now I'm heading there. Okay. So it's like a destination. You've got it there. And now where would I like to go next?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what targets are. They are not like, if I don't achieve it, oh my God, I'm bad, I'm wrong. No, sometimes my target needs to be re-looked at, and my target needs to be tweaked a bit. It needs to shift a bit. Okay, so to that extent, targets are really, in my point of view, in my opinion, targets are an invitation in two ways. One, they invite you, like having them is like having more clarity about what it takes to get to where I want to get to. And secondly, it becomes an invitation for me to step up, to polish my life, to change things that are not working in my favor and which are coming in the way of me getting to that general destination, which is abundance. Okay, abundance is a very general word. But to have abundance, I have to put specific things in place for me to say I am abundant. I can have 0 rupees in my bank and yet I can feel abundant because I have a whole lot of other things which are my criteria of abundance. And if I have all of that, I feel abundant. So it will be, abundance is very generic. Abundance will vary from person to person to person. But to say that I'm abundant, what has to be in place? And that, what has to be in place, is a target. And when you have that target becomes the invitation for you to make changes within your life. to put some things in place, to take some things out, to add, to delete, to tweak, to change. And in the bargain, that journey, when you are, moving towards that target and you are adding, you're deleting, you're trying this, you're trying that, sometimes succeeding, sometimes failing, sometimes stumbling, eventually you start fine-tuning yourself and you start coming in alignment with that target. And one day you're there. So like, I used to be like a major drama queen and blame game queen and, queen of sarcasm and all of that. Okay. Not everyone wants to hang out with you if you're like that. Okay. And here you want lovely, loving, supportive relationships. How is that going to occur? So if that is my target, so one of my targets was that I wanted to become a joyous person. Because I would see some people, they could be so joyous and they could be so happy. And here I was, like a big red chili, green chili, always upset, angry, and, throwing tantrums and all of that nonsense. Now I call it nonsense. That time I was felt very justified about it. Okay. But I had to change all of that and I had to work towards it. So you will have some short-term targets, you will have some medium-term targets, and you will have some long-term targets. So in short term, my target may be that if I lose my temper 20 times a day, my short-term target is for me to lose temper maybe 10 times a day to begin with. In the long run, yes, I don't want to lose my temper at all if I can help it. But in the short term, at least let me set a target of not losing my head more than 10 times a day. So I start from there, or maybe 15 times a day. And then when I get to, today I only lost my head 15 times. Oh, finally I've gotten to that place where I'm averaging 15 times a day. Okay, can I now aim for 10? Then I aim for 10. And then one day I realized that I'm not losing my head at all. So my staff said, you know what? Now that madam has been married, for a year, now she doesn't lose her head so often. So they felt that marriage had done me a lot of good. And, I had, stopped losing my temper so much.
I hope Harry's listening to this part of it.
Harry is definitely listening to this part of it. So, and the thing was, around that time is when I had also started my Buddhist practice. And, the Buddhist practice is very centered on human revolution. You've got to change yourself to change anything outside of you. So, of course, everything combined, put together, and this thing about I want to be a joyous person was like one of my big targets. I wanted to be a joyous person. I wanted to be able to laugh easily and not get serious about everything. And one fine day, somebody said, you know what? I want to be joyous like Smriti. And I'm like, huh? When did that happen? But because that was my target, somewhere, I was making that effort consciously, subconsciously. And one day I became a joyous person. And now I live far more joyously, and it's such a nicer way to live. Okay. So when you set a target, it is an invitation. It is not something that you get pressured by. Because it is not about making you wrong. It is about inviting you to become something and step into something that is your possibility. That is your potential. That is your ability. That is your capacity. So why wouldn't you want to have that? And if you have that is only when you can say, I have an abundant life. So now, for example, let's go to abundance in the field of finance. A lot of us obviously want a lot of money. There are a few people who don't really care about money. I'm not talking about those people right now. I'm talking about people who like having lots of money. Okay. You want lots of money so that you can walk into a store and buy whatever you want without having to see the price tags. You want lots of money because you would love to pamper your family, your friends. You'd like to buy them all kinds of gifts. You'd like to take them for holidays. I mean, this is what I like to do. So I'm just, talking about all that. You would love to have lots of money so that you can have a beautiful home to live in, maybe a holiday home as well. You would like lots of money because you would like to travel in comfort and style, maybe business class, first class. Okay. You'd like to live in, you'd like to go holiday in 5-star or luxurious destinations, hotels, etc., etc., etc. So all of that does require certain amount of money, and there's no harm in desiring it. So now I have this general target that I would like my life to be abundant, but when can you say that your life is abundant? So let's say you're one of those people with what you would like your lifestyle to be like. Maybe you require to be earning, say, 10 crores a year, for example. Okay, say 12 crores a year. Chalo. So that means 1 crore a month average. Okay. Now, you look at your earning right now, and maybe it's about 2 or 3 lakhs a month. Very far away from 1 crore a month. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that because I'm earning 2-3 lakhs of rupees a month is something that I have to judge myself for. Just hang on, I have to see a question. Could you elaborate on how to set targets? Often rational thinking tends to negate the targets that I set. How do we go about it? Okay, so let me come back to that. Okay, so Ronak, if I don't come back to it, remind me, baby. So most of the time we quantify targets and get fear and excitement mixed up. Can targets be just simple things we do to which not to? Okay, cool. I'll address that as well. So now I would like to earn 1 crore of rupees a month. I am somewhere at 2 and 3 lakhs rupees a month. So obviously there's something that's missing. If all the elements were in place, I would be earning 1 crore a month. So what is it that's keeping me from achieving a turnover or an income of 1 crore a month? Okay. So then I've got to look at, okay, what is it that's keeping me? Maybe it could be that I don't believe that it's possible for me to earn 1 crore a month. So now my target will be to change my belief system, because if my belief is that it's not possible, then I'll not be able to create that as my reality. So first I have to undo all the belief systems that keep me from believing. Or I may have to say, okay, that is a number that I don't energetically feel congruent with, but I feel more congruent with earning an X amount a month. Cool. So how do you set targets? You set a target when it's at least financial targets. You set targets which are exciting and scary at the same time. Not targets that you know is possible. Oh, you know what? I'm earning like 1 lakh of rupees a month. I would like to earn 2 lakhs and I know it's possible. I just have to think over it. I just have to strategize a bit and I'll be able to earn 2 lakhs. That's hardly a target that will enable you to grow. Okay. When we are talking about targets, we're talking about targets that will invite you to grow, to step into your potential, to step into the greatness of you, to step into something that is way greater than where you are right now. So we are infinite beings. We are greatness. Okay. But are we living up to that greatness? Are we being the greatness that we truly are? Are we being the infinite beings we truly are? Are we living? So the target has to be scary, as in, I'm not too sure how can I get there. I'm not too sure how can I achieve it. All right. So it has to be scary. Yeah. A little unbelievable. And yet having it, like if you had it, if you were earning that kind of money, it would be so much fun. So it's got to be exciting and scary at the same time. Because if it is a very comfortable target, you will not grow. But if it is a target that you're not too sure how to get there, that itself will invite you, pull you into growing. Because now you've got to rack your brains. Now you've got to be willing to explore what else can I do? What else can I add to my life today and add some more projects, or, you know, come up with ways to expand my turnover, etc. And as you go there towards that target, you start growing. Gradually, you start looking at, okay, what is my belief? And I need to let go of this. So you clear that. You start looking at innovative ways of doing your work. You start looking at what else can I add to my life? So you add new projects to your life. So there's a lot of things that you set into motion through which you grow as a person. You probably have to learn new skills. You have to up your game. You have to upgrade your skills, right? It invites you to grow. Why? Because there's a target that you would like to get to. So you can have that general target of, I would like an abundant life, and then have these targets: short term, mid term, long term. So scary targets, Haresh, they give you stress. But what I'm talking about is targets which are scary and exciting at the same time. Don't forget the exciting. That if you were earning that kind of money, how much fun would that be? And you would like that. You would like that. It makes life feel fantastic. It makes life feel abundant. There's nothing wrong with that. Scary comes from, I don't know the how. And that's where the scary comes. Now, when you set a target and you choose that this is what I would like to have as my life, and what would I have to do? What would I have to be? What would I have to add to my life today? What would I have to change? What would I have to let go of? Okay, these start becoming your mini targets. Yeah, I need to change this. I would have to do that. I would have to put this in place. I would have to develop that skill. I would have to learn this. I would have to unlearn that. So these become your mini targets. And as you keep moving and working with those little targets, these are choices that start becoming congruent with what you're eventually aiming for. And the more you're congruent in your daily choices, one day, bam, you're in complete alignment with what you were asking for, and you actualize it. So it's like, I am headed for Delhi. I've started from Mumbai and I've gotten onto a road. Okay. So there is let's say I don't have a GPS system. Okay. So I've started, and what happens is I start, going by signboards and some amounts of instinct, because there are many places where there are no signboards. And I keep heading generally towards Delhi. And then I realize that, hey, I'm suddenly passing through this town or this village, and I don't think I'm on the right path. And then I have a map. I don't have a GPS exactly guiding me. So I look at my map and I say, oh, I diverted a bit. So I'm not on my target. I've moved away. So let me come back to the main road. So again, I reroute myself and I come on to that main road, that, direction that will take me to Delhi. So like that, there will be times when I will be meandering here and there, but because I know that I'm headed to Delhi, I'll know that I have meandered and I need to get back. Otherwise, I can generally drift. If I don't know where I want to go, I can just go anywhere and everywhere and I'll get to nowhere. And that is also a fine way to be, if that's how you would like to be. Just a wanderer and take one day at a time. And if I get something, I get. If I don't get, I don't get. I'm very content in life. I'm happy to go with the flow, which is fine. That's a wonderful target too. But if there's something that you really like, this kind of a bank balance, this kind of health, this kind of relationships, which is all talking about abundance, then I need to know what needs to be in place for me to get there. So I keep tuning in, and I start becoming congruent with what I'm asking for. And then when I'm going about achieving those mini targets, midterm targets, long-term targets, I grow. I grow as a person. I grow as a personality. I grow in my knowing. I grow in my awareness. I grow in my intellect. Yeah, I grow in my qualities. I evolve because there is some place I'm headed to, which requires me to have these elements in place. And these are the elements that eventually are your true abundance. not getting there, but who you become on the way. That is your true abundance. Because now, when you get to that place where you have that bank balance, where you have that great relationships, you have all of that, and you look back and you say, oh my God, I used to be one sarcasm queen and drama queen and blame queen, and look at where I have come. This is so beautiful. I have changed, I have evolved, I have grown, and I am so grateful for this growth. Because if I didn't have this target, I wouldn't have made an effort to polish my life. I would not have made an effort to let go of certain things. I would not have made an effort to upgrade my skills, learn new things. I would not have made an effort if I didn't have a target. And that is why you must have targets. Not because you have to accomplish those targets to decide and determine that whether you were right or wrong, but to grow. Because you're more than what you are today. And even when you will get to Delhi, there'll be many other places to go to. Delhi will not be the end all of your journey. Then you say, okay, now I've discovered Delhi, I've seen Delhi, now where next? And now you'll have new targets. Are you getting this? Does this make sense, people?
Yes. Absolutely, Smriti.
Yeah.
Love each and every sentence you said.
Absolutely amazing. This was
Really, really.
Very true.
So targets are not about getting pressure. Targets are not about making you wrong. Targets are not about getting scared. Targets are about, yes, what else is possible for me? What else can I be? Who else can I be? What else can I do? What else can I accomplish? What am I capable of? It's an exploration. Okay? So now let me see if I've managed to answer those questions. Do these targets get more defined? Oh yes, definitely. Targets get more defined along the way. You know, sometimes you have to tweak them. Yeah? May not know completely what will take me there. You'd never have to know what, okay, here's another thing. You never have to know how you will get to that target. You don't know. In this moment, you cognitively do not know. But when you take that first step, you say, okay, my target is to earn a certain amount of rupees per month. What would it take? And maybe you get an idea, you get an inspiration. Now you've asked a question, okay? Now the purpose of asking a question is to get awareness. Whenever you ask a question, you actually get awareness of all the possibilities that are available for you in the field of infinite possibilities. We all live in a field of, we all have access to this field of infinite possibilities where every possibility exists. So if right now you're earning, say, 10,000 bucks a month, and you would like to be earning 5 lakhs a month, you earning 10,000 a month is also a possibility, and you earning 5 lakhs a month is also a possibility. Both possibilities exist, and all possibilities in between and beyond. Every possibility is available. What would you like to choose right now? What would be fun for you and scary for you and exciting for you at the same time? So let's say you say, you know what, right now I'm earning 10,000 bucks. It would be really fun to have 5 lakhs. Okay. It's scary. I don't know how to get there, but it would be really nice to be earning 5 lakhs a month. Cool. Okay. So what would I have to do to earn 5 lakhs a month? All right. So you ask this question, and suddenly your, bulb moment happens. Awareness, inspiration occurs, and you suddenly get a business idea. Yeah. Now, the moment you get that inspiration or that idea, whatever it may be, or it may be something, I need to let go of certain beliefs. That's the idea you get in your head. That's the knowing you get. Okay. You tap into that awareness that I don't believe that is possible. All I need to do is let go of this belief. So you just work on letting go of your belief that everywhere I don't believe that I can earn 5 lakhs a month, I destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So is that really true that I can't earn that? No. Okay, Cool. Now I've acknowledged that it's not really true. Okay, so what would I have to do and be? Maybe I need to have additional income coming in. Okay, how is additional income possible? Maybe I can do multiple projects. So I have this one business right now. So what can I do to expand the turnover of this current business? And what other projects can I add to my life today? So I got the idea that, I mean, I've heard and I've seen, been in many workshops, and some places they talked about multiple revenue streams. Okay, so I said, wow, I like that idea, having multiple revenue streams, because businesses have cycles, right? So there are times when certain business cycles are like on the low, and then there are times when they are on a high. So I don't want to be dependent on only one business. I would like to have multiple businesses where I have multiple revenue streams. So, you know, if today's mango season, right now I can sell that mango ice cream, but what happens when it's not mango season? But that time I should still be able to sell ice cream. So I will learn to make ice creams out of different fruits. Same thing. Okay. So that my ice cream business continues throughout the year. So similarly, what will work simultaneously? So what I did was I went and added multiple revenue streams. So I do multiple businesses at the same time. And as a result, I get income from multiple places. So currently I have established about 8 income streams for myself. So I get incomes from 8 different places every month. So even if one business is like not doing too well in this particular month, or it's not the month for it, there's something else working for me, and I'm constantly getting income. Okay. So in the bargain, I had to learn new skills to be able to do those multiple businesses. So I grew in my financial awareness, financial knowledge. I developed, I replaced fear with guts, courage to learn about how investments work. You know, I got past all my, you know, that tension I used to have related to taxes, management of money, all of that. Okay. And I'm still learning and I'm still growing. I've not arrived completely, but I'm way better than what I used to be 5 years ago. So in the bargain, now when I look back and I say, oh my God, I've come such a long way. And am I richer for it? Of course I'm richer for it. And that's abundance. You are richer for those experiences. You are richer for that journey because you learned so much along the way. You made new friendships. You learned some beautiful things. You also learned what didn't work for you when you know, fell and stumbled and all of that. So are you getting this? The whole journey, Natasha, give me a second. So the whole journey, you will be constantly, you know, tweaking your targets, seeing what's working, what's not working, adding, deleting. And that's what targets are all about. Okay. So yes, the targets get more defined along the way. I've answered that. Yeah. So now when you don't know, so going back to that, now when the idea strikes you, don't worry about whether it's a right idea or wrong idea. Don't worry about it. If the idea or the inspiration has come to you, go for it. Now what happens is universe sees that you mean business. You were given an idea because ideas are all in that field available. Now you tapped into it, you acted upon it. You mean business. Now you are one step closer to your target. When you take that one step, universe will take 5 steps closer to you. Because you take that one step, suddenly you'll find that lovely RM that you required, or you'll find that lovely accountant, excellent accountant that you required. You'll find that excellent team member that you were looking for. So every time you take a step towards your target, in congruence with your target, universe also moves towards you to give you the resources that you require. So the universe starts contributing to you.
I have to add another question to this.
Yeah.
How am I different from any other person who is also a person of action? Because I have seen people in very close quarters, they are they have strong conviction in what they want to do and pursue, and they take immediate action. They have targets, they take immediate action, but I have seen them constantly failing, in the sense something is achieved, but financially it has taken a nosedive. So that has given me some fear. So I want to know, what am I doing differently? So if I am convinced, if there's an idea that strikes me and then I take an action, how am I to be certain that I'm not following the same course?
You can never be certain about anything, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, you've got to be willing to see what are your belief systems. So there are certain people who do not believe that they can succeed, who've already decided that they are failures or they are not good enough. And if that is the belief, then no matter what they do, eventually they will fail, because that is their belief system. So if somebody is failing again and again, then there has to be a belief that makes them fail again and again. So if I'm seeing, like for example, my belief was no one loves me. So as a result, and people are mean people. So as a result, I used to have very nasty relationships, okay, where people were mean to me. But then when I realized, oh my God, my point of view creates my reality, I said, shoot. So my reality is showing me that my belief is that people don't love me and people are mean. And so I get that kind of behavior. So I started working on my belief, and I had to work on releasing my belief that I'm not good enough. I don't deserve, wonderful relationships. Nobody loves me. I had to root out all those beliefs. So I worked on myself. And when I changed all of that, suddenly I have these beautiful relationships. I'm loved, I'm cherished, I'm pampered, I'm respected. I have beautiful relationships, period. But for many years, I didn't have it. So if you had to see me then, you'll say, she does so much, yet she always ends up getting abused by people. She still ends up getting taken for granted by people, getting taken for a ride by people. So what's the difference? Maybe it will happen to me. No, it doesn't have to happen to you. If that's not your belief, it will not occur to you.
So is it possible that that person himself does not know that he has this belief?
Yeah, it's possible. Because not everybody would have gone to a call like this or read a book like that or attended a workshop like that, which gives you this kind of information.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
You're brilliant. You came to this call.
Thank you so much. This is because of Devapriya.
Yeah. So you're here. Devapriya could have told you and you could have still chosen not to come onto this call.
Yeah.
You had a choice.
Yeah.
But somewhere deep down, you knew that this call will contribute to you. And so you're here on this call.
Absolutely.
Right? So somewhere you asked for something and the universe has contributed to you by getting you to this call via.
Absolutely.
So when you take that step, when you have a target, then what you require to get to the target is provided to you, contributed to you by the universe.
That's true. I can feel it.
So that's why it's important first to have a target. Yeah. If you're not headed anywhere, why will universe want to contribute anything? Why universe won't even know that it has to contribute to you? Right. But she's not going anywhere. She doesn't need anything.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
You're so welcome. So when you ask, what would I like my life to be like? You get an awareness of all the possibilities. When you have an awareness of all the possibilities and you say, hey, you know what? I would like to have that. I would like to have that. Now, the moment you choose from that infinite field of possibilities, your choice turns into matter because you've now put attention on that energy, because possibility is always an energy. And when you choose it, that I would like to have that, then it turns into matter. And then when you start taking actions towards achieving that, gradually, it eventually comes to that place where you're in perfect alignment and it comes into the physical realm. And that occurs, that journey is where universe contributes. So now you've got to be willing to receive. So if you have a target that you're headed to, start taking action. Doesn't matter whether that is the action that will get you to the target, or that will be one of the thousands of actions that you will take that will get you to that target.
Doesn't matter.
You keep going. Never give in. Never give up. Never quit. Keep going. Keep choosing. Even if you fall, stumble, get up, choose, get up, choose, get up, choose. and universe will keep sending you the resources that you require. But if you are not willing to do anything, if you're just sitting, then universe does not get the indication that she requires resources. Okay? Natasha, you had a question. Can you come in? Thank you, Snehakant. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, hi Smriti.
Yes, Natasha.
Now this time I want to first say my victory.
Okay.
That, I would like to also, why I wanted to say when she was talking is that, I was always asking, I'm doing everything, why I'm not getting clients, why is it not shifting? But, I realized I was not willing to be seen. I was just not connecting with people. And I did everything. In fact, I did a TV show, I think a year back. But, it was shown, but it was not like, I wasn't willing to be seen, although I was doing a lot. But the moment I said, no, I'm going to work on my social media and I'm doing like other things, I keep listening to a lot of inspirational stuff where they say, write down your targets in the morning. And I'm actually doing that and I'm seeing the difference. That actually what all I'm writing and I'm doing it and I'm being that energy and things have started shifting for me.
Awesome. And how does it get any
finally
better?
I realized, yeah, thanks so much. And I realized no matter how much ever people tell you, till you don't have that shift from within, you might attend 100 calls. It's not going to affect. I actually saw the difference that, I'm doing so much more and this thing, why I was getting irritated.
And yet you need those 100 classes or calls to finally get to that place where you move into that awareness.
Yeah.
They all contribute to you. They were not.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, no, I don't mean. Yeah, I mean, they do. But they say you get it when you get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like and I actually got it, and I was very uncomfortable. Okay, after my father, I had to do finance, which I've never done. I had to do housework, which I've never done. And guess what? I said I wanted to take responsibility of my life, and just the last bit was left. That also, it made me uncomfortable by my housekeeper. Like he had to go because some emergencies there, and I'm a girl who doesn't know cooking.
Okay.
And a kitchen basic everyone know, but so I was like, ठीक है बस यही बाकी था झाड़ू करना और खाना बनाना और कुछ है फाइनेंस भी सीख लिया हाउसहोल्ड भी बस यही बाकी था तो the house told me अब तू मेरी सफाई कर. So actually I didn't go. I clipped a lot, but I was like, okay, fine. What else?
So for those who don't know Hindi, Natasha said that the house told her, now you need to clean me up and take care of me. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So actually, first I used to be like, why me? But I was like, okay, it's asking for it. I'm going to do it. And I've expanded so much more, by saying, I could actually not live without him. When my housekeeper used to go to the village, I used to go to my uncle's place. I don't want to do it. And what are you not willing to be? I've done everything possible. And I've actually seen a shift. So yeah, thanks so much. So that's what I wanted.
So welcome, sweetheart.
And my question also has changed. And as Smriti said, your talents and abilities, you have to keep working on yourself. And I realized I wasn't taking so much action. And I'm taking it now.
You were very helpless before. Now you've chosen not to be helpless, no, darling?
No, I have no way I'm going to be helpless.
Yay! Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so thanks so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing that, darling.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Ronak, can you unmute yourself, baby? Ronak, where are you?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, come on. So, you had a question. Let's go there.
Yeah, so my question was regarding setting targets. As you've addressed it over the course of time, but in terms of there's always a logical mind in terms of this is possible right now, let's be realistic, let's aim towards what's possible. And then there are these dreams where I get, because of ye karna hai, in the first how do I reach there? In terms of, so there's this whole conflict between setting realistic targets and setting targets which are scary and exciting. So,
okay. So realistic targets, you're most welcome to set them, but they'll do jack for you as a person.
Okay.
Okay. Like if right now you're earning 1 lakh, like I said, and then you say, oh, I'd like to earn 2 lakhs, it's no big deal. You can do it.
Okay.
It may seem a little iffy, but you can do it. You know it's possible. So setting possible targets is no joy, no fun. The fun and the joy, what you came here for as an infinite being, is to set targets which are scary and exciting. But those are the ones that will invite you to grow. Those are the places where you will have to go out of the box. You'll have to go, yeah, Sindhu, thank you so much. Those are the targets where you will have to truly step up and be greater than what you are now. So don't worry about setting those targets. Go for it. Go for it. Don't worry about the how. But once you set them, be willing to listen to the inspiration, the ideas, the awarenesses that will come. And they'll come, and if you act upon them right away, you will have moved towards what right now you don't even know how it's going to come about. Like if somebody had told me one day, 10 years ago, that you will be a facilitator facilitating classes and you will be having these kind of calls, I would have said, shut up. Bullshit. Okay? But here I am. You know? So there are many things we don't believe are possible, but yet they do become possible over a period of time. But till I can, they may not occur tomorrow, but today I have to keep taking those steps towards it, whatever it may be, whatever shows up, without going into wrongness, rightness of it, whether this is the correct, because some targets you can reach in 5 steps. But for some targets, you need to take 1,000 steps. That's all you require, that willingness. Don't worry about the how. Don't get stuck in the how. The moment we get stuck in the how, we lose the plot. There is no how. The how shows up a step at a time. Yeah, sorry, somebody was asking something?
So it's me again. So I was just reading this book that you had recommended also.
Which one?
It's called Becoming Supernatural.
Becoming
by
Supernatural.
Dr. Yeah. So I read something about it. If you could throw some light into it. So they were also talking about targets. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, he said 2 things. One is to be very clear about what do you want.
Yes.
Even though it is unrealistic. And
yes.
The second is attaching an emotion, which is an elevated emotion to it.
Yes.
So if you could throw some light on that.
So can I give you my example from last year with my health example?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then you can apply to every area. So what was I told? That I have 4th stage cancer. What was I told? We can't promise you anything. What was I told? That I'm not eligible for immunotherapy. My tumor is very rare. There is no clinical trial available. So there's really practically nothing that we can do for you except give you very standard chemotherapy process. That's the only thing that's available. And that's the best that we can do for you. So no hope, no guarantee, nothing. What was my target? I asked myself, do I really want to live or do I want to die? Because there were times in my life, much, much, much before, when I actually wanted to die. I didn't enjoy living. Yeah, naturally, no? With all those dramas, blame games, victimhood, life is no fun. But now, I turned my life around. My life was beautiful. I had everything that I ever wanted. Now, why will I want to die? So I said, okay, no, I don't want to die. I want to live. And I don't want to just live. I want to live with a healthy body. So, in the field of infinite possibilities, I knew that the healthy body possibility also exists. I chose that. That became my target. Having a healthy body. Okay? Now, when you talk about the emotions, so every day, even though the realistic criteria, which are my blood tests, my scans, my PET scans, etc., they are showing cancer full on. But I said, from that infinite field of possibilities, I have chosen healthy body. That healthy body, where's the infinite field of possibilities? Within me. It's not outside of me. Because I'm an infinite being. So all those infinite possibilities also exist within me. So I am choosing to bring forth the healthy body from within my own life. So every day I lived as if I have a healthy body. Every day I said, I am so happy and grateful that I am healthy. If I was taking the chemo tablets or chemo treatment, it was not that I'm so grateful that you're making me well. No, I was saying, I'm so grateful that I'm becoming healthier and healthier every day. So I started from the premise that there's nothing wrong with me. I am healthy because I could see that possibility within me and I was willing to live as healthy. I didn't have the energy to walk for even 2 minutes, but I would lie down on my bed and shake and groove and dance to music. Okay. The days I used to get, like you get 1 week break to recover your immunity before they start you on the next cycle. In that 1 week break, instead of trying to catch up with my friends when I have a little energy and that little break, I would conduct classes because that is the love of my life. And I would do everything that a normal person did, a healthy person did. If I cannot travel to a meeting, I would attend meetings online. I took special permission to attend meeting online, which were supposed to be attended in person. I did everything as a healthy body would do. Of course, I couldn't walk as much. I couldn't eat at all. But not for one moment would I let that reality take over. So every day I lived with that. I am so grateful and happy that I am healthy. I am fit. So every day I lived as that energy. And that's how you eventually become the energy of good health. And the moment you come in congruence with it, it becomes physical. So in Jan, there was no hope. By August, I was declared cancer-free. So I lived happy and grateful every day that I already had it. So it's like this. When you look at Amazon, you want to order something. Oh my God, you've been wanting that particular thing, whatever that may be. Tell me one of your favorite things, Ronak, that you would like to order from Amazon right now.
Maybe a PlayStation.
A PlayStation. Okay. In fact, that's what was popping in my head too. Okay, great. So let's say you really would like to have that PlayStation. Okay. So now you're choosing it and you're saying, this is the PlayStation. You go onto the Amazon site, you order it, you pay for it. Now, is it yours? Does it belong to you already? Now that you have paid for it, is it yours?
Yes, it is.
It is. But in physical reality, it's not with you yet. But you're maha thrilled, right? That you're very thrilled that, oh my God, I am getting a PlayStation. I have bought a PlayStation. I have a PlayStation now. It's just that it's not been delivered to me yet. And every day you're excited. Now you have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's like that. By your choice that I am having that, because that's my target, I am having that. And every day being excited that I have it. You've ordered it already. You've paid for it already. You've created it already by your choice. Now, what is it that you need to do and be to get there? Now, that is your job. And you don't know how it's going to come about, but start acting on one idea after another, and it'll start opening up pathways. Every time you make one choice, a pathway opens up. Then on that pathway, you ask more questions, more possibilities come into your awareness, you make more choices, more pathways open up. So gradually, one step after one step after one step, it that's accumulating. And finally, you're there. You've arrived. So it's a step at a time, perhaps, or multiple steps at a time. But that's how it goes. So trust that I can't see beyond 1 kilometer, but I know that there's a path that exists. So it's like driving at night. I can't see beyond a point. I can't see beyond beyond the scope of my headlight. But by the time I get to that point of the end of the headlight, my headlight has already moved forward. And now I can see the next bit. By the time I get to the end of that, I can see the next bit. And soon I have crossed that entire stretch of road and gotten to where I wanted to go to. So you have to trust. You know. Just take that first step and it will open up. But what happens is we don't take that first step. We are fearful, we are doubtful, and we just don't go beyond that fear. Let go, take the jump. That's what we mean. Take that leap of faith. Jump. So how do we let go of beliefs? Somebody asked me. So there are various ways of letting go of beliefs. One way is using the access clearing statements. And everywhere I believe that, I destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. And then there are various other modalities which teach you how to let go of your belief. But one also very simple way of letting go or changing your belief system is by looking at all the people who have achieved things that were impossible. If they could, so can I. Because they were not some superhumans come with some superpowers. They were also ordinary people like you and me. If they can, so can I. So look at people in that field who have accomplished what you would like to accomplish. So if you would like to be a philanthropist like Azim Premji or Ratan Tata, look at how they live and know that it is possible. So you repeatedly keep reading success stories till you start believing that success is possible. If you can't get yourself to a workshop or a class which teaches you all these things, these tips and techniques to let go, read books, read stories about people who've accomplished it. Even if your target is 5 lakh and they're earning, 5 million crores or whatever, whatever, those numbers. Okay? Read success stories. And then your conscious mind, will eventually allow, it will all kind of filter into your subconscious mind and, live as if you have it. That's very important. That's the elevated emotion that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about. So 1, believe. 2, live as if you have it. It's like an Amazon order. You've ordered it, you have it. It will arrive. But till then, do what you have to do. So it's like saying, I've ordered a jet plane. Yeah. But the jet plane cannot be delivered to me because I still don't have the landing strip. So create the landing strip. Let go of the clutter. Let go of the fear. Let go of the doubts. Let go of the disbelief. Create the landing space. That's your job.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So every day I lived as if I was healthy, even though my reality showed me complete opposite. But I didn't buy into that reality. That's not true. It's not true. It's just a phase. What is true is that I have a healthy body within me and I'm going to embody it. Okay? Yeah, Neha, my jet plane is always a great example. Okay. What else?
Maybe just one more question.
Yeah, sure.
So sometimes situations are such wherein you just have to survive, and sometimes you are at a stage where you think, okay, the survival is taken care of. Now is when I can aim for something bigger. Is that a very linear thought process according to you?
It is.
That's the conflict. Yeah.
It is.
That's the conflict that happens.
Yeah, it is. It's a linear thought. The energy that you put in to earn the amount of money to survive, same energy you can put in and you can earn more. So why not choose more? If you're going to every day, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning 5 lakhs of rupees. It's the same energy. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning 10 lakhs of rupees. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning 15 lakhs of rupees. It's the same energy, same amount of energy that you have to put in every day. So you might as well get more, no?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I've also seen, like I recently had set a target and I realized that I was not getting the energy of it. I mean, it was nice as a wishful thinking, but there was no energy on it. So I had to review my target. And I redid my target, and then I found a number which was like scary and fun at the same time. So when I saw that it was fun and scary, I went for it. And now 2 months consistently, I've achieved it.
All right.
So sometimes you just need to, maybe you're a little way off and you need to just redo your number. And that's okay too. Sometimes you have to take slightly smaller leaps. Take smaller leaps, but take the leap.
All right.
Okay, take the leap. Go, dream big. There's a very beautiful book by Gilbert. What's the first name? Right now I'm not remembering it.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Gilbert. Read it.
Okay. All right.
Dream big, darling.
What's the name of the book, please?
Dream big.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Dream big.
Yes, dream big.
Yeah. So I'm not talking about wishful thinking here, darlings. Okay? I'm talking about targets. Real targets. Which are possible. Which look impossible right now. But they're possible. There you go. Naina has put the book in. There are many books, but yeah, that just popped right now. So I guess it will be a contribution to some.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions? Anybody?
Smriti, I had asked for what is scary in the targets.
So
Just
it will be different for different people, Sweetie.
okay.
What's scary for you? Like maybe earning 3 lakhs may be scary for you. But it's nothing for me.
Okay.
No big deal for me. Yay! Darpana says she'll now start keeping targets. Awesome. So, Kay, did you get that? What's scary and exciting for you?
So scary, I am not getting because how can
Scary?
a target be scary?
Scary as in, you don't know how you'll get there.
Okay.
Oh my God, how will I get there? Shoot, you know, that.
Okay.
Not scary as in you're going to fear. Like you don't know how you will get there. It's that kind of scary.
Okay.
But it's fun too when you think about having it. So in terms of money, for some it may be 1 lakh of rupees.
Yeah.
For some
Now
it
I'm
may be
getting
2
it.
lakhs of rupees. For some it may be 3 lakhs of rupees. For some it may be 50 lakhs of rupees. Sorry, Tapas, I'm just going to see what can be achieving a body weight of da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
I
So
can't
now,
hear you, Smriti.
okay, give me a second, baby. So Tapas, what is a weight that your body would like to be? Yeah, which will be fun for your body to weigh at, not what is good for your mind. Please be aware, is that your body's target or is it your mind target? What would be fun for your body? Go with that and then ask your body, what would it take? What would I have to do? And then start taking, yeah. So right now, let's not go by army standards. What would be good for your body? What would be fun for it? Okay, so set that as your target. Okay, and now see what can I do, body, that would allow you to, be 75 kgs. And then it may not be 31st July. So don't screw it up by putting a timeline, but be committed to doing whatever is required for your body to get to that 75. And the body will show you what to eat, how much to eat, when to eat, what kind of movements to do, everything. You will start getting ideas, then start following on those ideas. And then the body will, kind of show you differently. Okay? Yeah.
Hi, Smriti.
Just give me 1 second. Let me finish with Kadambini. You're welcome, Tapas. Yes, Kadambini. Okay. Where are you? Okay. He has vanished. Okay. Who was this person? I'm sorry, I don't have your name. I see you as Galaxy.
Hi, Smriti. Gitu here. How are you?
Very good, Gitu.
You're looking so vibrant and so pretty, as always.
Thank you so much. Good to have you on board.
Thank you. Just joined and actually got late. Anyways, you were talking about the body thing and all that, and it sounded so lovely. But I have this constant complaint about being inconstant with everything I do, and I wonder why. I'm constantly inconstant.
So what is that?
I wonder bloody fucking what it is.
Okay, so you are constantly inconstant. So what is it that you are not achieving? Because sometimes you cannot be constant and yet you achieve what you desire. So then it doesn't matter.
I achieve many things, things. And I have always asked for ease, and somehow what has to come to me with ease, I take it as that's what's meant to be for me, and the rest I just let it go, But then I always am somewhere, invalidating myself for not being constant. Like if you said the body, supposing the body wants to go for a walk every day. So I'll go for a walk.
No, body doesn't always want to go for a walk every day.
Okay, true that. But anyways, I'm pretty much inconstant. And also about talents.
Gitu, stop. Are you constant, or are you following your awareness of what's required that day?
Okay, when you ask, I get awareness.
Yeah.
But it's not only about body, it's about anything, creating anything also. I just go for a short distance and I'm like, nahi, maza nahi hai, chodo, something else.
So what's wrong with that? Why are you hell-bent on making yourself wrong just now?
Okay, my question is that I feel happy doing whatever I do, and I do multiple things.
Okay.
And I achieve multiple things.
Okay.
But shortly I'm done with, and I'm like, nahi, maza nahi, this is no, something else. Something else.
Okay.
So that something else is not being, kind of getting to the shore.
Okay. So have you asked, where would you really like to go? What would you like your life to be like?
Honestly, I'm open for everything. I'm not adventurous physically, but mentally I'm pretty adventurous, and I'm open for everything.
So basically you are okay kind of going anywhere and everywhere, and there's no specific destination you want to get to?
Not yet, which I mean, they all make me happy. Everything makes me happy. I'm very enthused about everything.
Okay, so what's the problem then?
The problem is, see, like for example, suddenly I've started with this cooking passion and clicking photographs and putting up photographs. Okay. Then I want to make Sher Shayari, and I want to put up Sher Shayari channel. Okay. Then I want to have a kind of a conversation with people and put up that. I have so many ideas. I want to do everything, and but where is the thing that I want to do? That is my question actually. The thing.
So what is the thing for you? You've got to answer that. You've got to ask, where is it that, what would I like my life to really be like? And your life, you may want your life to be full of different kinds of adventures. But that's what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go for all kinds of adventures. So what is it that you would truly like that you don't have right now that is making you ask this question? Is there something that you've really been asking for or desire that you're right now not wanting to put into words? Or are you somebody who likes adventurous living and you do not necessarily want to go in a particular direction?
I've always liked to be known for everything and anything.
To be known?
Known, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not getting, you got to be known for, I don't know, wait.
Well, could you be known for somebody who is very adventurous?
I'm known for being multi-talented, but I'm not kind of getting that.
Okay, so you want a field of specialization which you will be recognized and acknowledged for?
More than anything else, apart from all the rest, because obviously I have to be grateful for the gifts that I have.
Cool.
But apart from that, I would like to be like, hold on to one anchor, you know?
Okay, fine. So right now you're at that experimentative stage where you are trying this and you're trying that, and then you see which of those things really, which of those things are really that, like, where you are truly, truly, truly you. And it's something that you could do for the longest of time.
Okay, can I tell you one more thing? It's very funny, and I have been negated this, but I still, my inner self goes with this. I cannot do much. You cannot do beyond your inner self, even if anybody tells you whatever, right? So I know about choice. I know about you choose, you create, and whatever. But there's something that is very clear in my life about some things just are meant to be, just have to be. And I kind of align with that very, very well, you know?
Okay.
So even recently, like, let's say about this cooking thing, I mean, I didn't know this is going to become such a highlight. And within no time, I'm like on everybody's mouth. Wherever I go, oh, your posts, your cooks, your photographs, your pictures, then you're inviting us and all. I'm like, where did this come from?
So do you like that?
I enjoy everything, as I told you. What I'm trying to say is, I instead of choosing.
Now you're asking for being known for something in particular.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let's say there's Oprah Winfrey. She's very known for, how she gets into books, authors, and that's her platform. And then there are certain things. So that's like that's Oprah.
Right.
Okay. So is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, known in a particular field.
Correct. So
many to choose from.
Yeah. So now you identify what are the fields that you would like to, be known for.
Okay.
So first get that. Okay.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
Correct. So right now you're exploring.
No, I'm not exploring. There's the catch. I'm not exploring. I'm just letting it happen. Letting things happen.
Cool. So then
So
you have a choice to let things happen,
okay,
or you can steer yourself to a direction.
Because I've been always pushed to steer myself. But I'm like, listen, if it has to be, it will be. So just chill. It'll come as though by magic. I believe in that.
Okay. So then let that be that. So what's wrong with that?
So I shouldn't rack my head about choosing, make a choice. No, right?
No, if that's how you function and that's how you like functioning and that works for you, then that's how it is.
Okay. So always been told you have to make a choice, you have to do that, if you don't put your poetries out, how will people know? If you don't talk on the screen, how will people know what you talk about?
Look, sweetheart, if your thing is that I would like to just flow.
Flow, exactly, that's where I'm going.
Then
that
just
is my
flow.
goal.
That's your target. You like to flow.
Absolutely.
Then it doesn't matter to you where it takes you.
Absolutely, very much.
That's it.
Okay.
Your target is to flow.
Then
you
why are we
with your target?
So why are we always told you can't just go, you can't flow, you have to choose, you have to make a choice, you have to make a conscious choice. So
but that is your conscious choice to flow. That's what you like.
Okay.
Your target is to flow.
Yes, very much.
So do that. You're doing it.
I am, yes. Completely.
Just because I have a very specific target that I would like to get to, doesn't mean that you have to have it too.
Mm-hmm.
Your target is to flow. That's what you like.
Yes, always.
So then just flow. You're doing fine.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. Okay, girls, guys. I'm happy to have contributed what I could. I'm happy for every question. I'm very grateful that all of you took your time and you got here to Let's Talk About Life. And it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. It's been my good fortune, my honor to be able to have this conversation with all of you. And just see for yourself what works for you. See for yourself where you would like to go. And see for yourself what will get you there. Don't worry. Don't get scared. The universe has your back. You just keep doing your bit. And everything else will come. Trust yourself. You're an infinite being. And as long as you're willing to know that and be that, you will get there. Okay? So don't let that trip, that fall, that stumble shake you. Keep going. Never give in, never give up, never quit. Okay? And then 5 years or 6 years or 7 years or 10 years down the line, we look back to today and say, remember that call? I wasn't even sure. Where do I want to go? What do I want to achieve? Or maybe I knew where I wanted to go, but I had no clue how I'm going to get there. And look at where I am today. And then maybe you will be having this conversation with somebody who is where you are today. And you will become that inspiration, that invitation that everything is possible. Okay? Don't let that fear, that disbelief stop you. This is exactly what you will be saying one day to someone. Okay? So to that day. Cheers. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love
Thank
you,
you
Smee.
so
Thank you so, so, so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.